When I grew up, I wasn't the best listener. I wasn't the best talker either. I'm an introvert and was even more so when I was younger. But when I did want to say something, it wasn't always easy. With a family of 6, dinner was lively. Someone was always talking. And if they weren't, instead of listening, they were often thinking about what they were going to say next, myself included. As I grew older, my communication skills improved. But it took an awkward conversation with an ex-girlfriend to show me that I still had to work on my listening skills. As she was saying something, I interrupted her and even raised my voice to take over the lead in the conversation. Only when she didn't reply and gave me that angry look, you know the look I'm talking about, I realized something was wrong. It was one of my blind spots. I had no clue back then. I'm glad it happened though, because it really made me reflect on the conversation and I realized she was right. The thing is, as she was talking, I wasn't listening so much, but instead already outlining in my head what I was going to say next. And then I just blurted it out. So since then, I've been trying to be more mindful in my conversations, become a better listener. And I'd like to share a few pointers that might be helpful to you too. First off, you need to match the rhythm of the person speaking to you. If your mind is still racing, first ground yourself by taking a few deep breaths. When you're talking to someone and they're scrolling on their phone, do you feel truly heard? I definitely don't. When I point this out to the person I'm talking to, they'll sometimes tell me, "Oh, but I'm listening." I doubt that. Maybe they're hearing words and maybe they're getting the gist of what is said, but that's not the same as listening. So I sometimes just stop talking myself, especially if it's not urgent, and save it for a later moment. And when someone is talking to me, I make sure to practice what I preach. If you want to be a better listener, think about the optics too. Put that phone away and give them your full attention. A great way to become a better listener is to ask questions. Lots of them. They show that you're interested. But more importantly, in order to ask the right questions, you need to first listen closely. You could even summarize in one sentence what was said, and then ask a question about it. You can also experiment with different questions. For example, instead of asking, "What do you do for a living?" ask, "What are your interests?" Asking questions makes the conversation more interesting for both of you and helps you become a better listener. Does this sound familiar? Your conversation partner is talking and you know you should be listening, but your mind wanders. "Why did John say that about me yesterday? What am I going to have for dinner?" Minutes can pass before you catch yourself. Or even worse, you're not listening at all because you're reloading. So focused on what you're going to say next that you no longer hear what the other person is saying right now. And you may even get anxious, worried that your latest brain fart might slip your mind, and then interrupt the other just so you can fire it off. This is exactly what happened to me with my ex-girlfriend, and I'm not proud of it. But the silver lining is, I'm now much more mindful of this tendency. If you want to be a better listener, slow down. Just listen, and be okay with silence. You don't always have to have your reply ready. And when your mind wanders and you catch yourself, bring it back. You could even say, "I'm sorry, I'm trying to become a better listener, but my mind wandered off just now." Would you mind repeating that last sentence? Maybe not the best thing to bring up in a job interview, but you get the point. There is a potential downside to slow listening. It feels good to be listened to. And some people may take advantage of that. Others are naturally verbose. So in order to become a good listener and stay one, you need to set boundaries. Here are some things you can do. If you're meeting up with someone you know tends to talk a lot without pause, you could communicate beforehand that you only have, say, an hour. When you notice your mind wanders off, speak up. Say something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, but you're losing me. Can we please take a short break?" You could also use a toilet break as a way to reset the conversation when you come back. And stay on topic. If the conversation is with a colleague to discuss a work project, don't get sidetracked by discussing the latest company gossip. And if you're planning a holiday with your partner or friends, don't let them bring up politics. I hope these tips will help you to slow down in a conversation and become a better listener. And when it doesn't work immediately, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. I still mess up many times myself. Just keep on trying, it's the intention that counts. If you made it to the end of this video, that's already a sign you've got pretty decent listening skills. If you got something out of this video, please give it a like. And subscribe to the channel for more. I post videos about slow living and also minimalism. Good luck with becoming a better listener.